Welcome to the video of Active Directory Setup series. In this video, we will show you how to set up a site-to-site VPN on pfSense firewall. The demonstration is in VirtualBox environment, where we will try to simulate two separate subnets. These subnets are created as host-only networks. What it means is only the virtual machines within the network are able to connect to each other. When the VPN connection is established, the machines in the host-only subnets are able to talk to each other. Okay, let's have a look at the network diagram here. There are two sites, A and B. I add the IP here to make it easier to follow. We're going to create a site-to-site connection in site A first, which is 192.168.140. .old slash 24. There are three steps. The first is to configure phase 1 negotiation. Step 2 is to configure phase 2 negotiation. These two are the IPsec configuration. And finally, we will configure firewall rule to make sure the traffic can go through. Regarding the phase 1 and phase 2 negotiation, basically phase 1 is to establish a tunnel between the two sites for the data transfer, and the second one is to determine how the data is encrypted. This kind of protocol, it will be handled in phase 2. Finally, we will repeat all the action in site B firewall, which is the 192.168.235.0/24. And at the end of the video, we will establish the connection on both ends and do some testing. All right, let's get started. Now we are in the admin portal of Site A firewall. This is the pfSense firewall. If you have problems setting it up, you can have a look at my previous video. Okay, let's go to VPN IPsec. Let's click the Add button here. Now we are in the active phase 1 page here. You can add a description here. We need to fill in the remote gateway here. This one is the IP of Site B firewall. We also need to create a new set of pre-shared key here. We need to copy this key to the other firewall, so let's copy it to the notepad here. The setting is good. Let's click Save here. Now we need to add phase 2 negotiations and open the tab here and then click Add P2. Here again, let's add the description and then add the remote network. This time, make sure it's the subnet of site B, 192.168.235.0/24. AES, let's change it to 256. PFS key group, we need to change it to 15. We need to make sure the firewall of the other site is online, so we want to automatically ping the remote host. We need to make sure it's a LAN address. Finally, let's keep it alive and then click Save. We can apply the changes. Go to Firewall, Rule, and set up an IPsec rule here. In the source section, select Network and then fill in the remote subnet here. Now we are on site B 192.168.231.1. Let's go to VPN IPsec again. Click at P1. We will repeat the same process here as we go through on site A, so I won't go through the details here. If you have any question, go back to the previous section and have a look. The pre-share key is the only thing that I think we need to mention here. This is slightly different with setting up it on site A. In here, we need to use the same pair of key for both sites to make sure they can talk to each other. So we need to copy the key here. If you don't know your key, go back to site A and find it. Okay, P1 is done, so let's add P2 as well. Again, this is the same process as we already went through earlier. I won't get into details. If you have, feel free to go back to the previous section and see what is missing from here. When it's ready, apply the changes. Finally, go to Firewall Rules, IPsec to create a new rule. The settings should be ready. Now let's do some testing. We can ping the remote Windows server. We notice there are some response, so it should be ready. Now let's go to the other machine. We are on site A Windows server, and when we ping the site B firewall, we receive the response. So the installation is complete. Now let's swap it up. In this video, we connect two host-only subnets with two with site-to-site VPNs. This video is a little bit difficult to edit as this involves two computers. I cannot keep 4 VMs up and running in one machine at the same time. If you have any questions, please let me know by dropping a comment. In the next video, I will finish the series by syncing up to Active Directory. I'll see you in the next video.